Okay, so to me this street shows the real essence of travelling. It's not all the amazing places you go, yeah, people go on about sightseeing, stuff like that. Like today we've seen the Petronas Towers and we've seen like Little India and some amazing sights. But all you really need is to go somewhere like this, and it's like there's so many different sounds and sights and smells. It's kind of like an overload on senses. Okay, on my right there's people eating fish, which really got obviously the smell of like the ocean. On the left over there on the street stall they're cooking fried durian fruit, they're cooking fried banana and things like that. Just further down the street they're cooking fried chicken, and then you've got kind of like spicy salad being made, crab, all of the things you can think of. And then it's not just about the smells, you've got like the colours and the sights, different people to see. Okay, there's like such a multitude of different kind of ethnic minority groups and different nationalities. Okay, and on top of that, it's like the sounds. Okay, the sounds like we just hear some music in the background in a different language, and then occasionally you get motorbikes going past. You've got the sound of people cooking in woks. It's just absolutely. It's overwhelming, but not. It kind of relaxes you because it makes you feel alive. To me, yes, you can go travelling and you can see the 7 wonders of the world. But the best bits are in a local street, just kind of watching local people. And Asia especially, and Africa, why do people go to these countries which in some ways are kind of developing countries and quite challenging if you're from Europe. But there's so much energy that is missing now in a lot of Western countries. Okay, it's now like about 1 o'clock in the morning and there's people everywhere. Okay, there's kids out enjoying life, enjoying themselves. There's people still eating and drinking, there's still people turning up to buy big meals. And you could never get bored in this one street alone. There's probably like about 60 different restaurants that are selling hundreds of different types of food. Okay, there's almost nothing you can't buy down here. If you want Western food, they've got that. But if you want to be challenged, there are lots of different things you can eat. Okay, you can get like something called sidi mas pedas, which is like snails. You can get crab, as I said before. You get fish. You can get pancakes. You can get bihun pedas mela, which is glass noodles. Just absolutely quite amazing to be here, and I don't see anyone can get bored of it. And the best thing, you can sit here in your t-shirt with no coats, not thinking about getting cold, and you can also try the different beers. Tonight I've got Anchor beer, which I believe was Cambodian, but it's probably Chinese looking at it. I only thought it was Cambodian, so I did it in Cambodia probably like 28 years ago. And at that time, I'll admit I was really quite young. It was quite hectic being in Cambodia at that time. But again, same thing, just seeing and experiencing something different. Surely that's what life is about.
Well, I thought I might say what the best, well no, not the best, but what my favourite reasons for travelling are. Right, so number one is just the seeing new stuff and your ideas being challenged, but being accepted. You'll find a person with different views to you, but then they'll respect your views rather than someone like arguing about like how their views are right. And another thing is like the new people you meet. It's like everyone seems to be so friendly away from where you live. So I'm sure this is the same for everyone. Whenever they travel, everything seems to be nicer. Like, I'm sure, maybe, I don't know, say you're a French person coming over to England, you might find the English people French. It's just I find whenever I travel that anyone else out of where I live are friendly. But anyway, that's not the point. Food as well. So the new foods you might try, like earlier I had satay chicken skills, which are like, I don't know where. I mean, you can get it down your like local Thai takeaway, but it's not exactly the same, is it? Like the sheer vastness of what choices you have you can't choose. And yeah, and another thing I enjoy is enjoying myself. So like doing things at a cheaper price, like that you could do at your home, but couldn't do. But no, things that you could do at home, but couldn't do at a cheaper price is what I'm saying. So I went to a theme park today, and like I got my head spun around and stuff, but all for about 15-20 quid, like whereas Alton Towers would be, I don't know, like somewhere near 100. So it's just, yeah. And that was in a shopping centre as well. Like imagine, like the people who live in Portsmouth, imagine a roller coaster going through Cascades. You wouldn't see it. Like, yeah. Oh yeah, and today, so I had some waffles. These people were deaf. They were on this kiosk, but they were also friendly and like people that probably can't understand you as easy. And one more thing I'd like to point out is like the amount of things you can do in one day. It's like in England, like everything's kind of not a table. Everything's kind of the same. You just pop down Wetherspoons for a cup of tea, cup of coffee, maybe have a gammon steak or something. I don't know. Like it's all boring, but everything's different. You could have do something different every day and fit loads of things into that one day. I mean, sorry teachers, but at this time it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Do I look tired? Yeah, no I don't. So, yeah, you can fit so much into one day. Yeah, it's just amazing. So yeah, that is why I like travelling.
So this is Nam Top. Noodles, vegetables, pork balls, bits of pork. Lovely. Really tasty, really tasty. I'd never seen a fire show until I went travelling. We don't really get these in England, it's all too safety conscious. But yeah, this was one in Pattaya actually, but we've seen them in Phuket, Koh Samet, everywhere. And temples, really love the temples that we see. This is the big Buddha in Pattaya. Just a real tranquil place. And here you see a typical Thai harbour. This one is at Koh Lan. Beautiful. I mean, this was as we were leaving the island, just a beautiful, beautiful place, beautiful feeling. And then the different forms of transport you get all when you're travelling that you might never try at home. This is a gas-powered tuk-tuk in Bangkok, obviously. But you know, wherever you go, there's different forms of transport you might never have tried. I've never been on a tram until I went to Budapest. I've never been on a sky train until I went to Asia and such like. I often find Asian cities so easy to get around, and actually indeed in lots of African places as well. And they talk about transport systems in developing countries being not up to scratch, but I'd actually say they beat the way you get around Britain hands down. And we've mentioned it on previous videos, just the freedom of getting out on a motorbike. Minimal effort. You just kind of walk up to a shop, give them your passport, give them a few $100 and off you go. Yes, it's got a bit more tighter with the control in Thailand now, where you've got to kind of wear a helmet. Well, you haven't got to, you get little fines if you get caught, but they are little fines, probably a couple of $100. But just riding around these roads, just amazing. Just going where you want, looking at what you want, and really, if you're confident, you don't need a map. You just go and see where you get to. You can end up in little villages, you can see different ways of life, you can go for miles and miles and miles, and you don't really have to worry about running out of petrol, because this was a little petrol station somewhere to use. As you see here, you just go along the road. If you see a turn off, take it. You never know, you might find your dream location. And for me travelling, I've found so many nice places and nice people doing this. I suppose in some ways this is the ultimate freedom, just travelling along the road, following the road, see where it goes if you like. Yeah, just feels free, and you don't think about anything. You don't think about how much money's in your pocket. You just enjoy the open road, nice weather, nice roads, keep your eyes open. But it's different than riding a motorbike in Britain somehow, because as you drive along there's like food stalls actually cooking, so you get all these wafts of different smells of different exotic type foods. Yeah, it's lovely. As you can see, the roads don't have to be dangerous in Asia, and I've been on similar roads in Africa, although some of them can be a little bit more bumpy than this, obviously. And then you come across little villages, little hamlets like this, and yeah, they live very simple lives. It's really interesting to see. And take your kids, it's really good education for them. Not everything's the same as a council estate in Britain. As we come to the end of this video, I suppose that's what it's all about for me, the ultimate freedom, finding places that nobody else might have seen. Obviously locals have seen it, but it's off the beaten track. You're seeing the real country. You're not seeing kind of a place that's set up for tourism, you're just seeing what the country is all about. And some of the best places you will see will not be the places that you expect. Okay, you could go to Taj Mahal, you could aim for going some, you know, to see Arc de Triomphe, but the places you remember most are places that are kind of a bit off the beaten track, a bit unseen, a bit untouristed, and that's where you meet the nicest people as well. And the only way you can see that is by getting out there and following that road to see where it goes. Please like and subscribe, it helps a lot.